Hey, what's up, y'all? Real quick, I just wanted to speak on something that was on my mind. Nothing major, but I know how easy it is to feel like you just buried under everything that you may be going through, everything that you're experiencing, and it just sometimes it feels like when it rains, it pours. And this is why I like to simplify things and like to subtract a lot of things out of my life that isn't necessarily going to add to the solution, because it makes things a lot more clear for me. And one of the conclusions that I always come to when I'm fighting off the flood, I'm fighting off the feeling of being buried, is that, bro, I'm just one win away. A lot of people say 99 of my problems would be solved if I had money and things like that. And you know what? That's actually a pretty great way to simplify it. It doesn't answer anything. It doesn't necessarily give you the complete solution, but in living in that acknowledgement is freeing in itself, because here you are, you feel drawn so many different ways, you feel like you've been attacked from all angles, and then you found a way to simplify it into one major solution, even if it's not an easy thing to do. So that's a bit motivating. So if you compare yourself to your peers a lot, and you see that they have this, they have that, man, you don't know, you're like one win, one good day away from that, one or two. And it doesn't have to come from winning the lottery, the casino, whatever. I mean, there's always a chance, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can be as simple as, you're one job away. You're one idea away from just turning your whole life around. Just one decision away. All right. So one thing that I realized about my life, because I afforded myself the lifestyle somehow where I don't have to clock in and the bills still get paid. Somehow I figured something out. I didn't figure it out, but I figured something out. So that is, I afforded myself the luxury to kind of pick and choose what I want to do with my day, and that's a blessing. But the dark side is I found myself gripping so tightly to monotony, and I was wondering why I wasn't inspired. Like, I could do whatever I want right now. Now I need to be responsible with my time, for sure. And as I speak on, escaping the matrix and all that, I speak differently about time, than most people. Although I do address how it is addressed by damn near all of us. But I found myself limiting what I was going to do. Like, I'll drop the baby off, go to an apartment and try to, work on something, find myself getting extremely tired and taking a nap. Way before I think a 28-year-old should be taking a nap and not really getting much done. But then I realized, like, even especially as a black dude, like, how much time are you even spending outside in the sun? This is ridiculous. Like, when I talk about escaping the matrix, I don't mean putting myself in a goddamn box. It's like a prison. That's like a prison. Like, why would I do that? No, spend more time outside on the outskirts of society. Then you get more comfortable, as far as social anxiety goes. You get more comfortable with brushing up against people who may be in the matrix, who are in society. And I say all this to say that, that may be one decision that takes me over the top. And I just realized, spending a lot of time in the sun and journaling a couple pages, 7 pages or so, that I felt like I was really getting a lot of information from the sun, a lot of power, a lot of confidence from the sun, filling me up. I really feel kind of idiotic that it took me 28 years to come to the conclusion that the sun is actually my best friend. But again, that's a totally different subject. But if you ever find yourself hard on yourself, because I know I can be extremely hard on myself as well, you need to tell yourself, man, that You're one good work week away, one good work day away, a year away. You're something away. It can be really as simple as that. Now, obviously, this doesn't account for the planning and the hard work that will ensue whatever decision that you make. But it does put everything in place. It does organize it quite quickly, by just saying, like, I don't have to get it all right now. I need to make opportunity to plan, or any other new notions that you kind of come to the conclusion of, any new notions that you bring on. Like, for example, I realized something that was missing from my life, and that's my competitive nature. I like to play basketball, but I don't go out and play too much. I like playing the video games, but the PlayStation and playing 2K and all that. But I don't have a PlayStation, so I have to play it when I'm in my brother's room or whatever. When I'm at their house. So I realized that I needed to add more competitiveness to my life, more areas for me to be competitive, and that would mean, yes, play the game. Okay, and play basketball. All right, like, it doesn't always seem like it's it's the best thing that you can do at your particular time, even though you are working out as far as playing basketball goes, and as far as playing the game goes, you're getting used to strategizing. So there's something there, but it's infectious to compete, to go for something, to not know the outcome, but you work for it. And a lot of people, I feel like they're at a disadvantage, who never had the opportunity to compete in basketball. I mean, in sports, or who never rooted a team on, even though I'm beyond rooting for a team now. But just having that ambition to go towards something, it may be in spite of others, and it may be in spite of your own personal limitations, but you go for it anyway. So, a lot of times when I found myself in tough situations, because I wasn't competing all the time, there was no dog in me. There was no guiding force in me saying, trying to encourage me to overcome, to compete, because I don't spend much time competing, or I haven't. And even when playing chess, because I played chess a lot, it didn't even feel like I was competing. It felt like I was trying to get a task, or get a task completed. Play chess, and that's one thing that I can mark off the list. All right, I would even use it as a form of procrastinating, even though it does have its benefits. It has its many benefits. I didn't use it. I didn't immerse myself into it. And part of being competitive is to immerse yourself into it. Give yourself any bit of advantage that you can possibly give yourself. Alright? So even if that means you blink as little as possible, whatever that may be. But when you come to all of these conclusions, understanding just what you need to add, and you find a way to simplify things, it's very freeing. So the homework that I would give to anybody listening to this, how you can apply this to your own life, really sit down and in meditation, in your journal, and figure out what's that one thing that you're missing. What are those couple things that you're missing? And once you find out what is missing, it takes a lot of the guesswork out of everything else that you may be questioning. Because the things that are bothering us, they have this way of trickling into other aspects of our life. Okay? So if you're really insecure at work or something, then it may translate to your love life, or vice versa. So you do want to have that bit of harmony. So and that's another reason why it's highly imperative that you do get this down on paper, that you do consciously understand what is missing, because you will spend a lot of time seeking external solutions for internal problems. And that's it, man. You're one decision away, you're one win away, most importantly, from your whole life being changed And I'm sure there are many people, even some of you watching this, can attest for that more than I can. But I just think I think hope gets a bad rep because I think that we hold on to it without the hopes of actually, um, without the possibility of us even applying ourselves. So we hold on to these things, these great sayings, these affirmations and things like that, and it loses its purpose. We stop believing it. It just becomes something that we say. But I think hope is very much good if you're going to apply it to your own life. All right, man. That's all I can really say about that, man. So, like and subscribe. Tuning out. Thanks a lot.